In today's video, I am going to be breaking down the differences and similarities between Cooper Flagg and Ace Bailey, and I'm going to say that Nico Mannion might actually pick Ace Bailey. That is my own opinion. I have some good reasons behind it, so let's get down and let's check out these two amazing basketball players. Okay, so one thing is for sure, Ace Bailey moves extremely well off ball. Here he is getting a back screen on his man. He is then able to drop down towards that corner. He receives that pass that went out to him, and then he was able to bang that corner three-point shot. He has a great three-point shot, which is something that every team is looking for. You obviously have to hit every corner three that you take, but the movement off ball is great because what this is going to do for him is when he makes the NBA, he's probably not going to be the #1 guy on the team, which means that he needs to be able to create shots for himself. Now, this is something that we don't normally see from younger players like Ace Bailey. Ace Bailey attacks the rim from the corner on his left side. When he attacks that left side, he comes to a 2-foot jump stop. He did get double teamed, so there is that. However, by coming to a 2-foot jump stop, he is able to pick either foot as a pivot foot. As soon as he picks one, he cannot change it. Which means that when he makes this pivot, he has options. If he has players who are getting open for a shot somewhere along this side, preferably, they're going to most likely get that pass. However, he's still able to hit this turnaround jumper on that main defender, and he was able to hit it. So he's got a 3-level game. He's a 3-level scorer. He can shoot from mid-range with a defender on him. He can shoot the 3-point shot, but he can also finish at the rim as well. He can also do these types of moves as we can see right here, where he's able to attack that side, create that space, that gap between himself and that defender, so that he's able to pull these types of shots off. And yes, he hits a lot of threes. He does this in the mid-range as well. We can see that right here when he basically got gapped by that gap defender. Basically, he was unable to make that drive. This gap defender was in close enough vicinity to his man, but was able to get a hand in and part of his body so that Ace Bailey was not able to split. And that forced Ace Bailey to pull for that mid-range shot. Now, he did make that shot. It bounced in, but still fantastic. When you're a younger player and you're attacking the basket, you always have to have counters. He wanted to obviously drive. The spacing wasn't necessarily there. However, he was still able to pull for that midi. In this next clip, I really like what I see here too, because like I was mentioning, if when he makes the NBA, he's probably not going to be the #1 scorer on the team, which means that he needs to create baskets for himself, getting offensive rebounds, as we can see right here, and tipping them or slamming them back down will allow him to be able to get some offensive boards, which rebounds. Remember, rebounds make you money. If you can get a lot of rebounds, you are going to be a very highly sought after player. But you have to score, unlike Angel Reese. He's also able to attack the rim in transition, which is what we see right here. He gets that and one call. This is what you want to see from a young player. Being able to attack baseline makes that just slight contact right there for that reverse that we see here is exactly what you want to see. So when he gets this ball in the dunker spot and he then attacks his man, makes contact the first time, gets bumped off his line, makes that second bump. How he's doing this bump is it's all to do with shoulder and elbow, that part of the arm right there. If you can just make a small little nudge, which puts the defender onto their heels, this is what's going to allow you to score in the low post if you're in those types of situations. It's not something that's dedicated to the baseline. You could do that same move out 5 to 10 feet from the rim as well. He's also very slippery. So here he attacks baseline. When he gets faced with two defenders, he's on his first step. Second step, he's able to split them, and then he's able to finish with a reverse. Being a slippery player is something that is beneficial. Now watch Cooper Flagg cut backdoor. This is something that is very beneficial if you are looking to make the NBA. Making a cut off ball, teaching or showing your team or your potential scouts that you can move off ball. Getting yourself open in the lane to be able to slam one down. This is something that will get you noticed at the college and university level plus the pro level. So right here, he is receiving a pass. When he receives that pass, he pivots, notices that his man's shoulders are facing that sideline with a top foot where the back foot is way behind his body, which means that you need to attack this way. You cannot attack this way, even if this is an absolutely terrible defender, if I don't think he is, but let's say he was. This would have been a terrible decision because this man would have rode you right into the sideline. By going the opposite direction, you are now making him turn his body, which is something that defenders don't generally want to do. It's going to take them time to keep up with you. However, Cooper Flagg attacks back middle, creates the new top foot, but because he was able to do that so quick, and it takes players so long to turn, he's got now position and the lane to the basket. He takes his 2 big steps and he's able to get right to the rim with a big dunk. By being able to read your defenders, as Cooper Flagg was able to do out on this wing, will allow you to score much easier. Okay, so now if you can dunk, as Cooper Flagg can, this is something that you need to do. Because if you can dunk like Cooper Flagg, let's say you are not able to dunk right here, but this guy's got some vert. If you go up for a layup, it's probably going to get pinned off the glass. If you are able to dunk, even if this guy goes up and contests your dunk, it is still going to be making him second guess, but now it's going to be either a dunk and a poster, or it's going to be a missed dunk and a foul. However, this man didn't want to go up and contest, obviously, who would want to against Cooper Flagg, and he was able to get a dunk. Now, Cooper Flagg is very good at being able to get to the rim. We can see that right here. So when he attacks his man, he gets his shoulders below his defender's shoulders. We can see that right here. He probably has them 3 to 6 inches below that defender's shoulders. So he's going to have the leverage to go into that defender and get position, which he did right here in this clip. Now this is essentially a 2-on-1 situation with this defender. Malawash, I think that is, could have gone wide. Cooper Flagg would go left. And that's exactly what happened. He could have made the pass, or he could finish. It is totally up to Cooper Flagg at this point, and Cooper Flagg was then able to go up and make that body contact and won. And yes, Cooper Flagg can shoot as well. This was actually a fantastic lift. Man was able to drive and pull in multiple defenders. Cooper Flagg lifted towards that slot area, and he was able to pull that 3, catch and shoot wide open. So he can shoot the 3 as well. He also makes a really good read right here. So he gets a screen, and anytime that your man goes underneath that screen, you need to pull for the shot, because by him going underneath, that's created a massive gap between yourself and that defender. So you need to pull for that 3. If he went over, you would have had to drive and try to take on gap or hedges or drop. But either way, he was able to pull for the 3 because his man went underneath that screen. So here Cooper Flagg gets the pass, and he has some really good footwork in the post. Here he went left, right. He did not land on both feet at the same time. And then he was able to finish with the reverse that we see right there. That's me trying to slow it down for those who are complaining about the jitteriness. But he catches that ball. He gathers on the right foot. Left, right, that's 2 steps, you're allowed. And he was then able to finish at the rim. Great footwork. He has footwork down. Now, just really quickly, I personally think that Nico Mannion is going to be picking Ace Bailey because he's just a little bit more athletic. We've seen how he didn't like how the unathletic version of Luka was, and Luka was never really that athletic style player. So if Nico Mannion didn't like Luka Doncic, he's going to probably not like Cooper Flagg, which means that he's going to go with probably Ace Bailey. That's my thoughts. I hope that you've enjoyed today's video. Hit that like button and subscribe.